Yo, it's your boy Marcus or Moistini back with another video, and today we are doing a little talk. We're doing a talk about Call of Duty Mobile Battle Royale. Maybe just Battle Royale in general in part, but that's going to be saved for another video. This one's really just going to be on Call of Duty Mobile Battle Royale, and I'll maybe even make some references to normal CoD, BR, as well like a Warzone and Blackout, but mainly let's talk about Call of Duty Mobile and really just some lifespan things and some things that I think should be adjusted now, even though we have Warzone Mobile right around the corner. I think there's still changes that should be made to this game, and I even want to talk about like the life cycle of this game so far and how they've changed the game tremendously from where it originally started. So let's dig into it. So the first thing I wanted to touch on was the movement systems in BR and how they've kind of changed. So with the addition of these little specialists, as you can see in the right corner right below my minimap, is the Ninja Specialist, which is a grapple hook. So you can kind of like grapple around the map, and you get like 3 of these to store, and you can use them pretty frequently. Like you get them to recharge very fast, so you can use them like 30 plus times a game, which is kind of, specialists in BR, I don't really have a problem with it. I think it adds a lot of different factors. There's a few specialists I will touch on here that I think are absolute cheese, absolute garbage. Just like I don't even know why they're in the game. They need to be super nerfed or changed because they're buggy or some way, shape, or form adjusted because they don't make any sense. Don't mind my driving. I'm sorry. Anyway, the other point I want to make about these specialists are their secondary abilities as well. Just like in BO4, they have their specialist ability, which is the grapple hook, and the secondary ability, which is silent footsteps. Like my footsteps are not completely quiet. They aren't completely quiet, but they are quieter. So like for me, I play with beats on, so I could still hear my footsteps, and like other people who have Ninja, I could still hear their footsteps, but it's just not quite as noticeable. Like they have to be a good bit closer to you than you think, or like right above you. So definitely not completely silent, but still very useful. Now let's talk about some cheese. Let's talk about Pumped. We're going to talk about Pumped in this video a little bit. Pumped is another specialist which gives you a jetpack. So you're playing Infinite Warfare and everybody else is playing a boots on the ground COD. Let's play BO4. You're playing BO3 or Infinite Warfare and they're playing BO4, which is absolute not fair at all. It's not fair in any way, shape, or form. The jetpack or Pumped in this game is absolutely bugged. Like you could be flying in the air and like on other people's screen you're flying and then you're completely stationary, so they're hitting you, but then you're back down again because you ran out of jetpack because you can only boost but so much. And then next thing you know, you're back flying again and you can heal and fly at the same time. It's cheese because you can't hit them because they're lagging. Really, they're not actually like, they're like 20 feet in the air and they're lagging around. So now it's really hard to hit them. Now you see them and it'll glitch and they'll be stuck in one place and you'll hit them like 6 or 7 times. But with time to kill in this game, it doesn't matter. They don't die. So it's definitely Pumped is an issue. I think they need to nerf Pumped. They need to make it like where the charge for Pumped takes a while and you don't jump as high. That way, I'm fine with Pumped being a thing. I'm just saying that half as high. They shouldn't be going that high, right? I'm fine. It takes a skill to be able to use 3 fingers and successfully use Pumped and hit your shots at the same time. That takes skill. I don't want to remove skill gap, right? That's why I don't use Pumped. I use grapple because I'm not as skilled as players who can use Pumped. If I wanted Pumped on my team, I would invite a 6-finger claw iPad player to run Pumped and then just destroy the lobby, He can run Pumped with an HSO or a KRM shotgun and just absolutely destroy people. So I use, grapple hook so I can move myself to an advantageous place on a roof or something so I could take gunfights from an elevated position and make it better on myself. But, that's just me. That's my 2 cents. I think Pumped is cheese. Some other ones I want to talk about, the clown with the dogs, that's kind of whatever. There's a lot of them that are just kind of, they're in the game and they don't really do anything, like Spotter. That's good when you're like a huge team fight. That can be useful. Scout. That's good when you're in a huge team fight. Medic used to be broken back in Season 1 because you could pop your medic shield and you could strafe in that gunfight in the shield and you'd still be gaining health mid gunfight. So it would take multiple extra bullets to kill you while you were in there. So I would always pop a gunfight and pop the medic while I'm challenging that guy. That way, when I let's say I'm getting turned on, right? Or I am turning on somebody else, I would use that to my advantage to stay inside of that and heal while I shoot at them. So medic used to be OP in my opinion, but still skillful. Like not everybody knew how to use that. And back then you could use adrenaline shots. We didn't have normal plates. We had adrenaline shots back then, and you could use those in 3 seconds. So that was kind of cheese. Because 3 second adrenaline shots, that's one slide left, one slide right, and next thing you're full health again. So that can be a little bit cheap, but you know what? I was fine with it because I was abusing it. Another thing I wanted to touch on are the loadouts, right? So that's one great thing that came from CoD Mobile and integrated into Modern Warfare 2019 with that integration and the attachment integration. I think that improved BR tremendously in this game, making it sort of a combination of Warzone and Blackout, which is super fun. I think it's super fun. I think it adds a lot of replay value. The only problem is the bots. There's a lot of bots in BR, man. It plays so slow. It does make you want to fall asleep. I'm not going to lie. If you saw that pop-up right there, the Mavericks lost. They're probably going to miss the playoffs. They look abysmal. I don't even want to talk about it. I already made my Mavericks video. They just look like garbage, and they're playing like garbage, and their defense is garbage. It's all garbage, let's be honest. Anyway, let's get back to BR. Just as a by the way thing right here, I'm running the Joe Woe class setup for the nostalgia. So I got the AMAX and the MP5, and I literally built them the exact same way you would have built them in Warzone. So just as an FYI, that's why I'm running the AMAX and the MP5. Plus the MP5 got a massive buff, so it's absolutely disgusting in BR or multiplayer. It's gross. Another thing I wanted to touch on with BR in the transportation. So they've added in like jackals and more helicopters and things of that nature. A lot of cars, more car spawns on the map, motorcycles and bikes and little ski trucks. I think that's been a very good integration for this game mode personally. They've also got the weapon mods. There's way more weapon mods now than there were when this game came out. So you have your white level, green level, blue, purple, and orange. All of which, you know, slightly impact your gun. So I definitely think that's a plus. That's just me though. Not everybody has the same thing about that sort of RNG. Some people finding an orange pump in third person on the ground. I mean, an orange shotgun pump thing, that just is broken. It's so broken. So now that we're talking about third person, let's hop into third person versus first person. Me, as a CoD Mobile guy who's been playing it since it came out, and as a Call of Duty player who's been playing CoD since 2007, I don't like CoD in third person. And I hate that on CoD Mobile, third person's way more popular than first person. It just sucks to play. Like, I would way rather play first person CoD. So, and multiplayer is first person. So I don't understand why the infatuation with playing third person. You want to play third person, go play PUBG. There was a time when CoD Mobile was out, Rules Survival was still out. Go play Rules Survival at that time. Go play Fortnite. Go play like a third person BR game. Instead, like, I hate, especially with the shotgun meta now, third person is just treacherous. It's awful. It's just like, it sucks to play. I hate it. But that's where, like, you find fuller lobbies of real players. It's not so many bots. So the actual BR game plays more like BR. And, you know, that's what you want. But why can't I get that in first person? Like, I usually play like either solo duos or solo squads in order to have like a more impactful game, like a fun game where I actually have to think and use my brain and actually play BR the way it's supposed to be played. So that kind of sucks. Another thing I wanted to touch on along with this are, let's talk about nades. Nades in this game have improved. We have the cluster nades and Nova Gas nades. They've been in since the start. They also introduced some other nades along the way, along with the specialist weapons. The specialist weapons they have pretty much tuned those back now. The specialist weapons aren't completely broken. The Tempest has never really been completely broken. It's been fun to use, but never broken. It would just, when you get hit by a Tempest now, it takes about a third of your health maybe and your armor, and then you just stop. So they have to hit you again, which by the time the Tempest recharges, because it's the BO3 Tempest, not the BO4, by the time it recharges, you can move, right? So unless you're right out in the open, they're probably not hitting you again. And with movement in this game, they're probably not hitting you again. So even if they do hit you again, they're going to have to hit you one more time. They're going to have to hit you a third time. And that's really tough. So definitely some issues with that specialist. The Purifier, they've nerfed the crap out of it. So it pretty much takes one whole Purifier magazine just to down and full kill a guy. I don't even think if you got great hit detection on him and you're up close, you could down and full kill him in one. But I think even if you're up close now, you can down and full kill him like with a whole thing at longer ranges too. It doesn't work the same. It used to be really good, now it's not. So that's all I'm saying. Like, you probably could have downed two people with one clip, 126 round clip of the Purifier, and now you can't. So there's definitely been some adjustments to that. Really glad they didn't bring in the ballista in the VR. That thing, they refuse to nerf it. It irritates the living garbage out of me. They won't nerf that thing. By the way, I have dark matter camo on this gun, so that's why it looks dark matter. Don't mind those shots. I was missing like crazy. This isn't the best build, but it is a nostalgic one for the AMAX because it's exactly what Joe used in one of his famous clips. I'd put that in here, but I'm really still trying to figure out how to edit it. Plus, I can't even find that old clip anymore. I don't know why it's hidden, but it's really hard for me to find it. It was just on right outside of Stadium on Verdansk, where he like clutched up a 1v4 and had like 4 people literally fly at him with all he had was an MP5 and AMAX. So that's why I was running this. I was like, you know what, I kind of want to do like a throwback Warzone loadout. So I'm running this old Warzone loadout that I know about from that video, and really that time that was the meta. So that's why I'm using what I'm using. Let's talk about the Bertha. Bertha in this game is very strong, but there's so many, like, you get a full squad shooting at you, like right here. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy how it works. So I ended up, got into a little bit of a mix fest right here. I don't know what happened and why there's so many people in this area, but it's just bots, I think. Like, maybe one of those was a real person, the very first one, but the rest were bots. I killed some real people in this game, but you get that when you play first-person BR in this game. You get, like, in first-person BR solos, what usually happens to me is I'll run through the whole lobby and some other guys running through the whole lobby, and then we meet at the very end in a 1v1 in the last circle, and we have to like 1v1 each other out to see who's finishing with 24 kills or 25 kills or however it's going to be for us. So that's how it goes sometimes, and I hate that about the game. Even third-person solos on the other map, there's just not enough real people, and I hate that. I hate that about CoD Mobile in general. It should be more like full lobbies of people. That's definitely like kills the vibe of this game. I feel like if it was more competitive, it'd be more enjoyable. And Alcatraz is that way. Alcatraz, people, when that comes back, people play it like crazy. So I definitely think, I don't think they should make it a permanent game mode, because that's what makes it so full when it comes back. But having it in tournaments definitely makes it a lot of fun, because it's just super action packed. You're getting shot at from everywhere. You got to think about stuff. It's actually like you got to focus. So that's definitely a very enjoyable aspect of the game at that level. Some other things I want to talk about BR customization, same as multiplayer, is not really anything too different in that aspect. BR, when you get Grandmaster 2 in every season, you get a new skin, so that's really cool. You got like that Merc 5 Blood in the Water skin a while back. We get some good stuff this season. The skins this season are awesome. For all the free-to-play people, y'all got some really good stuff to use in this season. This was like a great, like, kind of last hurrah before Warzone Mobile season. They should have came out with this season a long time ago. Like, this season was a really good season, in my opinion. Top three season of CoD Mobile. Season 2 is probably up there because we had to wait so long to get it. But yeah, definitely a great season. Great game out of me. I don't even know how it went. I do these commentaries afterward, and I guess it went pretty well. I had 18 kills. I average like 1,500 damage a game anyway, so no big deal for me. That's really all I want to touch on, man. Just some improving BR thoughts. You know, I think they definitely need to adjust the player counts. I'm about to hit Grandmaster 1 in this as well, on my road to hitting 40-time legendary. And yeah, I really appreciate y'all guys for watching. If you made it this far, comment down below. I'll send you some COD points, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.